Okay, there we go. I got it fixed. Can you guys hear me now? Sorry about that. But yeah, I had a bit of scuff. As I showed in my Twitch clip a few days ago, stream scuff is unfortunately inevitable. Now we can hear you? Awesome. But yeah, I am simulcasting to both Twitch and YouTube right now. Yes. But yeah, I'm also going to be planning on multi-streaming to Twitter as well. Not today, because apparently when I do simulcasting with Twitter in it, it kind of causes OBS to chug along, or it just gets stuck on waiting or starting or what have you. But yeah, this is my new VTuber character. So we got Shadow Cloak, Overdrive Visor, and both active. And they are all channel point redeems over on my Twitch channel if you guys are interested. But yeah, I have been up to quite a bit in life lately. Most notably, I have been looking for a new job, and I've been suffering from what's called the job application. Not a real streamer if there's no scuff. Honestly, you're not wrong. A lot of my other VTuber friends have suffered scuff in one way or another, especially if they're working with VR chat, I tell you. And let me tell you, it is as inevitable as death and taxes. Ah, morbid curiosity. You gotta love it. But yeah, we're gonna be doing Powerwash Simulator today. Just a nice, chill, yapping stream while I go Bob Ross on whatever environment awaits me. And it's gonna be a little bit of a shorter stream than usual. So I just want to enjoy things, vibe with you all, and just, you know, practice on my chatting abilities. Which is also part of why I did this stream today. I just felt like, I don't know, chatting about things with a game in the background. And I actually am planning to maybe do some more curated, pre-made stuff on YouTube. I was thinking about doing like some life... I could get application burnout, got a new job relatively recently yourself. Ooh, nice. That's good to hear. I'm trying to get a job that's beyond retail or hospitality, and just probably hopefully find an office job or something. Because I do want to move out of my parents, and yep, it is a power wash and chill kind of day. But yeah, I'm looking to move out of my parents because I ain't getting any younger. I'm 33 and just trying to move on with my life. I'm working on socializing with my friends more, build up my confidence, go out to places, that sort of thing. Because I kind of miss having a social life, and now that weather is getting a lot cooler where I live, well, emphasis on cooler if you live in the Southwest, I'm hopefully looking to maybe ask some friends out, maybe go out to see movies. I want to go watch more anime, like maybe get into Chainsaw Man, or maybe Jujutsu Kaisen. But lately, I've been back on the Genshin grind lately. I've been on the Not Cry quest, which has been getting really good. Hey, Nabachi! What's going on, my friend? How are you? I'm going pretty good. We're just doing a nice chill... We are doing a nice chill Power Wash Simulator stream today. Just me, a blank canvas, and a whole shit ton of topics to yap about today. Because I got, best of luck, cooler than 100 degrees soon. Oh, yes. We had a nice monsoon over where we were at. Nice. Oh, yes. I already did my Marvel Rivals grind, and I did some competitive matches earlier. Sadly, I am still stuck in Silver 2. I'm trying to get to Gold 3 at the very minimum so I can get the Angela skin. Because I had a lot of dingus teammates, or matchmaking decided to put me up against Jesus Christ Incarnate as a team. I've also been doing a lot of Fortnite quests lately. I have been doing a ton of quests because I want to get the black and gold Dino Megazord skin at the end of the Battle Pass. And also the Fortnitemares Halloween event starts this Friday, and I may be looking to start a stream on Friday, but I'm also doing Helldivers 2 with one of my other community members here. But yeah, I've also been doing a lot of upgrades to the Discord server. We have a streamer-exclusive channel where you could plan collabs and all... Oh, sounds fun? Oh, yes. And they did show off some of the new stuff that was coming in Season 4.5, which, as a matter of fact, is coming in a week and a half. Let me pull it up on my Discord in the Marvel Rivals channel. There we are. So, what we do know is Daredevil is going to be a duelist. He's going to rely on utilizing blind as a status condition, as we saw with new... Still trying to finish up the extra reward stuff in Fortnite? Oh, as am I. I still need to get to all those fancy recolors or whatever those are. But yeah, the Halloween event skins are in the works. We did get revealed a good few. We're getting Day of the Dead themed skins for Namor and Penny Parker. And we got a cute little pumpkin skin for Jeff the Land Shark, which I am all for. I'm kind of curious to how the Penny Parker skin is going to look in-game, but we shall see. Some other Halloween event skins we're getting are going to be based on Marvel's Zombies, interestingly enough, which include a cool new Blade skin. And as far as team-up changes go, the Hela Thor team-up is getting vaulted, and Namor is getting removed from the Hulk team-up. Daredevil applies blind. He gives what the others he already possess. Oh god, that is savage, I tell you. Savage. But yeah. Namor is getting removed from Hulk's team-up, and good riddance to that, I say, because those Gamma Squids were very obnoxious to play against. And now Namor is getting a new team-up ability with Hela, which is going to be interesting. And now we also got a Daredevil Punisher team-up, as I mentioned earlier, where it enhances the smoke grenade to blind enemies for a few seconds, and the surveillance is given to both Daredevil and the Punisher. And you can now choose between past lobby screens, which I think is great, because I actually really do miss the Season 0 lobby screen, if you guys know what I mean. Like, there were a lot of good lobby screens there. Hulk needs no squids, Hulk just needs Smash. How about Hulk Smash Squids, I say? And the biggest thing they announced, cross progression, is going to be coming in Season 5. So I am very excited about that, because I think I have a good few people who actually do play on multiple systems, and part of why I started on PC rather than PS5 outside of, you know, I'm more comfortable to mouse and keyboard is because I do like because all my friends are on Steam mostly, and playing a hero shooter on controller, especially if you're going against hypermobile heroes like Spider-Man or Black Panther, is going to be an absolute hellscape. But I am very happy that cross progression is going to be coming in, and it's going to be working similar to Warframes, where you pick one as your primary hub, where all your content gets transferred to, and the ranks and the progression is going to be separate from console to PC, which I think is a good compromise. But anyways, we have gotten on long enough for a little bit, so we are going to boot up Powerwash Simulator here. And I am going to remember this time to change my category. Hey, Myra! Welcome on in! How are you? And I almost forgot. I do still have my old sound alerts from my Flesh Tuber days. Hello! Yes, I have the Mind Turtle hello. There we are. We have changed it to Powerwash Simulator, and we are ready to go full Bob Ross on stuff. Now that I mention it, you're doing alright? That's good to hear. Let me see if everything's working. There we go. Everything is accounted for. Settings are at 1920 by 1080p. Hello, this is Razor Samemaru, and today we are going to be washing a skate park today. Because right now, I'm doing the shoe house off stream, because I started that when I was on the plane home from... Yes, Power Wash is so relaxing, right? Like, remembering to do things when setting up streams, that's not a real thing. Well, it is semi-real. Well, at least to me. Because, hey, you could plan for anything, and Scuff's gonna sneak in one way or another. Oh, and we also got a few new emotes. It's mostly the still versions of my animated emotes. But, yeah. And I will show you the... I keep forgetting. So yeah, we now have still versions of the animated emotes that I got, as well as an animated version of my hype emote, which is what you can see right here. Everything's looking pretty good, so let's go and get started, shall we? Let's go start with this lovely little bench. Yeah, I love watching me to clean a skate park, yeah. And I need to refresh myself on the controls on PC, because I primarily play this game on Steam Deck. Controls, WASD, jump, hype, yeah! Let's see, use washer, select extension, select nozzle, select soap, select washer, equip, show dirt, previous nozzle, next nozzle, aim mode, rotate. Okay, rotate clockwise is Z. ZX. Okay, that's to activate. There we are. Continue going over the controls here. Because, yeah, I'm not used to playing this on mouse and keyboard, because I play this on my Steam Deck. Which, by the way, is a very marvelous console, by the way. I highly recommend getting that over a Switch 2 currently. What else? How do I rotate? Okay, it's R. R is to rotate the nozzle. So let's go and get the green nozzle here and get this all... Get the bench all cleaned up here. Oh, hey, there was a cat here. My computer just finished failing to blow up, so you gotta figure out that. Have fun streaming. Hope everything goes well. Well, thank you, Ice and Shadow. I hope everything goes well with you, too. Best of luck to you on dealing with the streams or computer scuff. That's even worse than stream scuff, I will say. Okay, so we got a bunch of grind here, so we're gonna get the yellow nozzle, because that has a little bit more pressure. Let's see. And as for how my vacation went, it was actually really, really fun. So, I stayed at my aunt and uncle's up in the Oregon coast, and it was absolutely gorgeous there, I tell you. And apparently, the best time to visit the Oregon coast is apparently in the September and October seasons, because the weather there is just right. It isn't too hot or humid. It has a little bit of wind to just cool things off, and you get to see all the nice views and everything. So what we did there is we went to a bunch of local restaurants, which were really good. I mostly got fish and chips there, because curse my autistic diet. But they were all really good. They were all really, really good. But my highlights that I did was I did glass blowing for the very first time. So my aunt set us up for a really nice glass blowing place where we got like guided lessons, and the instructors would guide us on whatever item we would choose. So we did. So there's stuff like paperweights, floats, paperweights with a little more decorated style, like jellyfish, or what I did was like a little coil shape. You guys could check it out on my screenshots tab on my Discord server to see the full results. And the instructor I had was really, really nice. He was very funny, very knowledgeable about the whole glass blowing process. There we go. And he had just enough humor to get things off the edge, because I was dealing with a lot of heat, both figuratively and literally, because glass blowing involves a lot of heat. Because you have, like, ovens, you gotta keep the glass twirling to make sure it doesn't droop down or anything. Like, think of it like handling pizza dough, but the pizza dough is very, very hot. And I did a little coil thing. So how they do it is really interesting. So what you do is you start with one blob of molten glass, and you put in up to 4 colors of whatever you want for the little inner thing. And after we twirl it around a little bit, all that jazz, we would eventually then coil it. And this is where it gets interesting. So that is only the first layer. The second layer, actually, is where we dip it into molten glass once again, and that'll wield a second layer. And next we do is, if I remember, trying to remember correctly... Oh! One other cool thing I got to see how glass blowing works is when it comes to handling the glass, they use pliers covered in beeswax, because that allows you to safely handle the glass, because without the beeswax, the molten glass is going to fuse with the metal pliers. So you'll learn a lot about glass blowing when you actually do it. And then, after you get done with all the glass blowing and all that, you put it in a kiln for a few... and leave it overnight. And then you come pick it up, or have it delivered. We ended up just getting it picked up. And it turned out gorgeous. Gilly bench. There we are. And as far as painting goes, we went and did a guided painting where we all went and painted a mermaid. What I did was, and we were all encouraged to be as creative as we went with it. I went with a purple-haired mermaid because that was like, what, the first thing that came to my mind. As far as colors go, I was working with cool colors, so I wanted to do that. And it was really interesting to see how different people handled the painting. So, to my chat, have you guys ever painted before? And what was your favorite thing that you painted? Hold on. I need to go get a water really quick. I will be right back. So, BRB. Go up. Okay, I'm back. Alright, back to where I was. Let me get my little notepad where I have the stuff I wanted to talk about on stream. There we go. It's always important to have whatever you want to talk about by your side, so that way you don't have chat be too dead, if you know what I mean. Because I struggle with that a lot during my flesh tuber days. And I'm still learning, believe it or not. But what's important is you enjoy the ride first and foremost. And also make friends. Because making friends is absolutely important. Okay. Oh man, there's still a lot of gunk here. There we go. And while I was on vacation during my off time, I played Hollow Knight Silksong, which is an absolutely amazing game, by the way. Even if the difficulty spike is a bit hard in the early game. What else do we got? Oh, there we are. So whenever I play Powerwash Simulator, I always like to start with one thing and then work my way down. So we'll start off with something nice and easy here, which is this bench. Anything here? Anything around? Well, there's the floor. Oh, I see some stuff here. And I managed to finish a campaign with Special Week in Uma Musume today. What else? Oh, there's one I missed. Near you. You know, I think after the Sonic music stops playing, I'm gonna play some Octopath Traveler 2 music. Has anyone ever played Octopath Traveler 2? Or, better yet, the first one? I thought the first one was very solid foundation, but it was admittedly very grindy, and my big problem was the stories were all very self-contained. Which kind of hurt a little bit, especially because I want to see how all the characters interacted and how they all intertwined. Oh, here we are. Missed a spot, missed a spot. Anything else I missed? Here we go. Where is the last bit of grime so I can finish with this stupid bench? Here we are. Oh, yay! We got it all done. Now we can move on to the next bit, which is this giant wall. Okay, so this is multi-purpose, so we're gonna need our handy-dandy multi-purpose cleaner here. And stay close, because the nozzle range is kind of crappy. And we managed to get all the graffiti cleaned up. Okay, we're going to move on to this, which is the railing. Get here. Get this. And we're going to paint us some happy little things. There we go. How is railing looking? Oh, there's a spot I missed. Yep, that is complete. Wait, I actually want to try something. Hey, Adonis PGN, how did you set up your webcam like that? Hello, how are you today? So, my webcam is actually my PNG tuber. Oh, thank you for the follow, Adonis. Welcome to the Samemaru Dojo and the part of the Fin fans. How are you today, my friend? But yeah, I use a PNG tuber, and my software is called Viedo 2 Mini. It VEADOTUBE Mini. But yeah, what I was gonna do is I was gonna do a dumb little doodle here. Because hey, I need to have a little bit of fun while I'm streaming this game. And do you stream yourself, Adonis? I'm a sucker for good old-fashioned music. No, but I wanted to start. Well, what other advice do you have as far as wanting to start goes? Because I actually was wanting to talk about what you could do to start as a PNG tuber and things to look out for. Da-da-da-da! We got Sonic here! Da-da! DeviantArt would be proud of this one. Alrighty then. Anyways, we got a clip of that, and we're ready to proceed. But yeah, if you have any other questions as far as streaming goes, do let me know. I actually used to be a flesh tuber myself, but I had to retire because my mental health was getting bad from struggling to grow, what have you. But after talking with my friends and, you know, finding the creative drive, I was actually able to get back into streaming again. And since then, I have found my passion to stream and started to rebrand my channel. Oh, there's still a bit of graffiti on here. We're gonna need the red nozzle here. But I will give you a couple of hard truths to look out for when it comes to streaming. So, if you want to take streaming very seriously, there's two things in mind to be aware of when you want to grow. And there's two factors that are big into your growth, and that's passion and luck. Passion, I think, is very important, and it's something that I felt I was missing in my FleshTuber days, because if viewers don't see that you're having fun or are just in it to get a quick buck, they will notice and they will leave. It's always important to find your love and creativity in the medium. Now and it's the big factor, and that's luck. Especially in the FleshTuber space. Oh, looks like we got a big spot here. We are going to get up here and then get this all right here. But yeah, luck is another contributing factor to people's growth on Twitch, because they may be lucky because their content went viral on other platforms like TikTok or YouTube, for instance, and they have some really good takes on places like Twitter or Blue Sky. Because there's another part when it comes to streaming, and that's trying to grow on other platforms. Because I'm going to be real here, the discoverability on Twitch is absolute dog trash. Because you're gonna be better like going into a dark alleyway to be seen than to be successful on Twitch, or to be seen on Twitch. So that's why when you see a lot of people on YouTube or on how to start their streams, they recommend make your content on other platforms. Sometimes it's going out and making friends on Twitter. Yeah. Anyways, back to where I was. Where was I? Ah, yes, growing on other platforms. Because, yeah, you grow by having an established user base from other content, or by making your content on other platforms. Most people usually, clean up aisle everywhere. Yeah, this is Powerwash Simulator in a nutshell here. Like, I don't know what causes all this mess here. I would like to think there's a horde of cats in Muckingham, because I see a lot of paw prints in this skate park. Or the cleaning budget is non-existent here. Because God forbid it would be like Chicago. Let's see. Here we are. But yeah. So what I like to do is, I like to use Twitter. Like, I know Twitter has basically become a fucking hellhole, especially after Musk took over. Like, I would argue that Twitter has always been this cesspit of toxicity and grimery, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But ever since Musk acquired Twitter, it's kind of been amplified ever since. But people still use Twitter because they have the best chances of being seen there, and that's how I made a lot of VTuber friends over there. I met a lot of good people like Evelyn Starr, King Neo, trying to think what else. Grit VT is another TokuTuber that I've recently befriended. Shogun Koga, Reito Yokosha. I'm trying to go through my follow list here for this one. But yeah, I have met a lot of great people over on Twitter. It's always nice to find people around your range or your niche. Like, for me, Tokusatsu is relatively niche in the VTuber scene, so it's very easy to find people within your range. And it also helped that I know a lot of friends IRL who do stream as VTubers. Hey, Powerwash! Hey, Frank! Welcome on in! How are you today? Let me get to my... There we are. Keep in mind, this is temporary until I can get some Tokusatsu theme sounds for my Stream Deck. Is there any other stuff? Oh, I did! Yes! Yes. Any other... Oh, there's a bunch of stuff I missed. I'm gonna need the red nozzle here. Oh, there we go. Growing on Twitch is just rough. I agree. It's what I'm doing, but you're not good at social media. You only really have Discord, Twitch, Facebook. You wanted to try maybe TikTok or Instagram, but social media is hard for me. I don't blame you. Every social media has different algorithms, and that's why I said luck plays a very big factor in growing on Twitch. And I think you're doing well, Nabachi, because you're hyper-focused very heavily on Marvel Rivals, and it's inspiring me to do the same. I mean, I wish I could stick to one game, but ADHD says otherwise. And Twitter, I think, is alright. Blue Sky is also pretty decent, but there isn't as big of an audience there as, say, Twitter. And I've been making a lot of VTuber friends. Yeah, true. I thought every kind of social I needed, and then TikTok happened and blew up. Yeah, the rest is history ever since TikTok happened. Part of me wants to come back, but on the other hand, I remember how the algorithm just kept feeding me political doomer content, and I just wanted to have nothing with all that, because it was making me feel depressed, and it's part of why I quit the platform 2 years ago. And I might come back, but I may need to put some very heavy safeguards so that TikTok doesn't get the better of me mentally. Yeah, I don't need it now either. Honestly, me neither. It's mostly to just see what content my friends are up to, etc. But back to where I was earlier, I also had a good footing to get into VTubing, because I knew a lot of friends IRL who also happen to be VTubers. Some friends I can give shoutouts to are Lily Morgaine, Emmy Bear VT, Sabine Nova VT. You've probably seen Sabine on my debut stream on Friday, and she's a very cool person. I like her. Same with Emmy and Lily. I don't mean this bad way. Apologies if I come across. You remind me of Vigilante from Peacemaker. Well, you're not wrong. I mean, they're both suited heroes, or vigilantes. Yeah. Well, to be fair, Peacemaker is a lot more brightly colored. And he's more based on Western superheroes, where my character is mostly based on tokusatsu, which is a genre, which is a medium in Japanese media that relies heavily on practical filmmaking, or practical effects. Alright, that takes care of the graffiti here. Let's move on over here. Get the Y nozzle. Like, you see those paw prints over there? Get some nice little wide-range nozzles so we can get as much dirt and grime as possible. Get all this here. So, Adonis, if you don't mind me asking, what games do you like to play currently? I'd love to hear what stuff is on your backlog currently. Right now, I have been playing Marvel Rivals, Genshin Impact. I've been playing quite a bit. Oh, Vigilante. I know what you're talking about. I thought you meant Peacemaker. My apologies on that. But yeah, I can see the resemblance to Vigilante. We're both basically these suited ninjas and all that stuff, and we both have like a black, blue, white color scheme. And I could totally see that, but I do appreciate what you're saying. And I do see what you're trying to go there. And you didn't come off wrong or anything. I'm honestly used to having comparisons to my original creations. That's happened to me several times in the Fakemon community. Be it like an official Game Freak made Pokemon, or I wish I had the screenshot of me writing "Zombies help clean house too" in Powerwash. It captures in Powerwash if all my captures weren't right. Oh, what happened to your captures, Frank, if you don't mind me asking? Did your hard drive die, or... There we are. We gotta get the railing here. It's best to get the small stuff here first, above all else. Mainly Marvel Rivals and a fan game called Hey, Duboom! Welcome on in! How are you today? I play Marvel Rivals quite a bit myself, and we do quite a bit on our community. So if you are interested, I'm going to put a link in our Discord server, so you can join the fellow Finn fans here. Oh, I almost forgot. We have finally decided on what we're going to name our community, and after holding a poll a day or two ago... You're good? That's good to hear, Daboom. But anyways, so I decided to hold a poll after my stream to decide what we're going to name our community, and you guys decided when we're calling ourselves the Finn Fans. But let's get back to where we were and get the railing. Here we are. Get all this. Anything? Oh, there's a lot of grind here. Yeah, I was hoping for Summonites. Part of me was kind of hoping that too, but the community decided and it is what it is. And plus, Finn Fans is pretty fun to say. Like, try saying that 5 times fast. Finn Fans, Finn Fans, Finn Fans, Finn Fans, Finn Fans. Wow. I can't believe I did that right from the get-go. I'm honestly impressed. Or Chomp Chumps. Yeah, I was also hoping for Chomp Chumps too. But I'm glad to call you guys anything. But you guys are always my Finn Fans. Oh, Daboom, did you also see the stuff that Marvel Rivals announced for Season 4.5? Oh, that reminds me. I need to go to the shop and get some more cleaning liquid. Multi-purpose, because we need a lot of that. Thankfully, OneDrive is free to download, but not on console itself, so it meant all those old pics of good memories were gone. Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. So basically, you didn't do the OneDrive, load them on OneDrive. I see. I've been there. But yeah, so I'll tell you what's going on in Season 4.5 to Boom. So let me get the Marvel Rivals channel up. Alright, so here's a TLDR of the Dev Vision Volume 10 from Guang Guang. So Daredevil's going to be a duelist. He's going to rely heavily on dealing blind to targets, all that stuff. And by what he was describing, he looks like he's going to be a dive character. But let's hope he's more fair to play against compared to, say, Spider-Man or Black Panther. But I'm not going to hold my breath. And they also showed off some Halloween skins. We're getting Day of the Dead based skins for Namor and Penny Parker. And we're also getting a cute pumpkin skin for Jeff the Landshark. And also a few others for Marvel Zombies. You expected the dive on him? Honestly, I expected the dive too. Especially given the... Yeah, I seen the skins. Yeah, they do look great, right? I gotta go stock. Yeah, Jeff is love. Jeff is life. And it's part of why I kind of thought up of the name Finn Fans on the fly. Here we are. Yeah, Jeff is love. Jeff is always just that little guy that wants hugs. Like, for me, Jeff is the personification. So many dives, I'm just gonna main Penny. Oh, tell me about it. I main Penny and Emma Frost for my tanks. And, because I want to be the big gaping middle finger to dive. And also the Thing. I absolutely love playing the Thing. And, Adonis, you play Penny too? Are there any other heroes that you main? Because I am a Penny main too. I love playing her, and just getting all those dings with the mines is very cathartic. I love the Emma and Jeff interactions. Me too. I like them too. Here we are. Alright, we need to get this wall right here. And I did see the new duo emote, and, you know, now that I mention it, I'm actually pretty well loaded on blue currency, so I can definitely get a legendary skin if I wanted to. And I'm actually thinking about getting the Summer Punish. You mostly play Vanguard, but main is Doctor Strange and Thor. I played a bit of Doctor Strange in Season 0, and I still play him every now and again, but it's just other Vanguards are more appealing to me playstyle-wise. I like Emma Frost's ebb and flow of going into her, like, psychic form with the shield and choke slamming people in diamond form and playing Goo Goo Babies with them, that sort of thing. I also like the thing because I like the feeling of just charging into people and denying their movement abilities, and then that jab he has is so cathartic. Like, when you'd hear that charge and then the ding! Good shit right there. Good shit! And I also play a bit of Magneto, too. Okay, so we're gonna need a lot of multi-purpose cleaner, which thankfully we did stock plenty of. You don't main, you mostly flex? Yeah, I mostly flex too, but I find myself playing Vanguard more than anything, really. As far as... Have you played Warframe? Yes, I do play Warframe. I haven't played it as much as I used to, but I really wouldn't mind picking it up again with you guys. Let me see. Let me refill here. Oh yeah, I gotta go check on my Discord really quick. Monster update. Oh yeah, I do have some collabs that I am currently planning right now on my server. I'm in a rivals match with Lord Angela. A Lord Angela already? What the fuck? Are people that crazy, or do they just have a lot of time on their hands? I just wonder. I mean, given Angela's six-pack and his ability to stun lock people in more ways than one, I'm honestly not surprised in the slightest. You'll be amazed what Marvel Rivals players are capable of, and I ain't just talking about the toxicity either. Yeah, same with Dead by Daylight. Lamau stun lock in more ways than one. Right! Like, that was my first thought when I saw Angela. But yeah, from my experience with Dead by Daylight, the community there is very toxic. Like, the survivors will not hesitate to teabag you at the exit gate and then leave at the last minute right when you get there. It's always annoying that people are so salty on there. But, that's the kind of the nature of these asymmetrical horror games. But from my experience, I did enjoy playing Wraith a little bit for when I was starting off. I also enjoyed Ghostface and Knight. I love the Knight's playstyle of summoning JoJo stands to chase after people. It's pretty cool. So, do any of you guys play Dead by Daylight here? And if so, what are your favorite killers or survivors to play as? Thankfully, most solo queue teammates nowadays aren't very bad. Yeah, I've had some pretty good polite players that were on the survivor side when I was killer. Like, I had one that said GG to me after we ended things. Let me see. Not what I'm looking for. There we are. Here we go. Oh, thank you for the follow, Star Quantum. Oh, hey, I know you. I've befriended you on Twitter, and we also share an artist from Common Jar. Thank you for the follow, and welcome to the Samimaru Dojo, home of the Fin fans. How are you today, my friend? We also do have our Discord server tab, courtesy of my friend Frank, if you want to join. And how are y'all today? Hi, how's it going? Pretty good. I'm just chilling and yapping in Powerwash Simulator. How about you? We're just cleaning a skate park here. Oh wait, Starquan, you're someone different. You're the mecha guy. Your VTuber looks really, really cool. And I saw my friend Nyakubs, who was a VTuber friend I made at SabletonCon, actually ran into you on Voop Chat. Challenge just finished up model work. Nice. Nice, nice. You know, I'm actually thinking about giving Voop Chat a go. Have you heard of the Terminal Brigade? Not that I have. Am I an artist? No, I do draw, but I don't do my own art. So, the artists I have are credited down below. It's fun. Ooh, I might have to give that a try. And a big VTuber I follow, Koki, also hosts events on that site, and I met her IRL at Sableton, and she's one of the sweetest and most supportive people I've ever met, and it really cemented my love of VTubing. She's an absolute... For Survivor, Jeff Jonathan, Yoichi Asakawa, and Tori Kane. Currently working on getting your second Prestige 100 with Yoichi. Ooh, nice. Terminal is like Warframe. I'm gonna go look up the game really quick. Alright, looks alright, but apparently it has a lot of negative reviews on Steam, so I'm a little bit weary. Anyways, back to where I was. We need to get this wall cleaned up. Jump around! Jump up, and get... Ooh, nice! Managed to get some walls cleaned. Oh, yeah, not a lot of people play Yoichi from the Ring franchise because he just picked up someone I almost never see played. Yeah, apparently some killer... There's a big disparity between, like, killer balance. Like, I know, the nurse, who was a really strong killer and always has been since her inception because of her ability to just outright go through obstacles with just the push of a button. I know the pig was basically the Greninja of killers, or the better nerf Greninja meme, if anyone's ever played Smash 4 back in its prime. And it's also like Adam Warlock and Marvel Rivals, where everyone just jokes about him getting nerfed regardless of his state of the game. And unfortunately, our community member Myra is not digging any of that. Because she plays a lot of Adam Warlock. Here we are. Okay, we need to get this floor taken care of. Yeah, the nurse breaks the game. The Blight is and always was the second best. Nowadays, the pig isn't very strong, even with the small buffs. Yeah, exactly. Clean all this here. Oh, starting to run out of soap. Cleaning up. Ooh, how the heck do you make a slope out of concrete? I'm asking the same thing. But as far as killer viability from the ones I played, Ghostface is pretty good, given his uwu, like, yandere stare playstyle of sorts. And the Knight's also really fun to play, because he's very unique with his JoJo stands, I mean, his ghost servants. Oh, wait. I think I got an idea. This is gonna be stupid. Let's see. Ooh, we got a raid! Zero Master! Thank you for the raid. Can we get a shout out for Zero Master here? Oh, wait! I recognize you from Twitter. How are you today? You're the one that's currently taking commissions. I was just about to vandalize this skate park here.
Go ahead and shout out.
But thank you so... I'm a simple cat. I see a fellow TokuTuber you raid. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Kamen Rider Shark. Hey, Sora Kasai VTuber. Hello. Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I am Razor Samemaru. I am a cyberpunk tokusatsu VTuber who primarily plays a lot of open lobby games like Marvel Rivals and some chill games such as Powerwash Simulator, which is you are seeing right here. And how are you all today? And we do have our link to the Discord server if you guys are curious, so you can get to know other Finn fans around here. And we play tons of games on and off stream, from Marvel Rivals to Repo, Fortnite, anything in between. So, yeah, fellow PNG tuber as well. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Nice to meet you as well. Oh, Zero Master, thank you for the follow. And welcome to the Samemaru Dojo, home of the Finn fans. And we hope you enjoy your little stay around here. Let me get up the Discord really quick. But yeah, I definitely need to see your guys' VTubers. But yeah, here's the Discord for you all. And now we get back to our regularly scheduled vandalizing. I mean, cleaning. There we are. Ah, I messed that up. Oh well. Fair warning, Zero is very sussy. I'm totally fine with that. I am sussy too with my humor. Like, I get very innuendo heavy with my humor, let me warn you. Like, the stuff I could say could very easily fit on OnlyFans or Fansly. Like, everything that comes out of my mouth, it goes right into the garbage. Especially when it comes to loot shit. There we are. Ta-da! Not much, but hey, it's art. You love the design, by the way. I'll be lurking as after stream. We do Toku Tuesday in your Discord. Oh, I know what you're talking about. One of my VTuber friends, Ember Lynn, also does Toku Tuesdays. Are you gonna show in your community Kamen Rider Gaim? Yes! Kamen Rider Gaim was so fucking peak. It's one of my favorites from the late Heisei era, along with Kamen Rider Build. I am also watching Kamen Rider Gavu, as we're 20 episodes in. Nice. Yes. I'm watching Kamen Rider Gavu, which is a really good one, and definitely peak Reiwa era in my build supremacy. Yes. And I'm also watching Kamen Rider Zets as... Oh, thank you for the subscription, Zero. I don't know why the... Oh, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. It was for YouTube. Okay. For a moment, I thought it was for Twitch. Oh, that's what I get for multi-streaming. Yeah, top 3 Heisei for you are Gaim, Build, and O's. Oh, O's is really good, too. My friend really loves the Tajador form. And one of my friends, they cosplayed, yeah, they cosplayed one of the characters from O's, but the name escapes me. It's the rainbow red-colored hand. If y'all can refresh me on this, I would be very grateful. O's is what got you into Kamen Rider and it's one of your favorites? Yeah. I know O's and Onk! Yes, thank you! Onk! Thank you very much. Thank you for that. But yeah, Onk is a very popular cosplay subject among fans in the Kamen Rider fandom, from what I've seen. I know Double was another good entry point. So for me, the very first Kamen Rider season I ever watched, if I remember correctly, was clips of Kabuto on YouTube. And I also watched a little bit of Deno and Kiva. If you haven't watched Geo yet, you highly recommend it. I'm glad you like it, but I did hear that it was a really messy season. But I did like the Waz Henshin theme. I will say that. Like, I use that as my subscription notification, which I will show you guys in a bit. I need to boot up Streamlabs on my browser for you all to see. Here we are. Alert. And then... Where is the... Okay, subscriptions. There we are. Yeah, this is it, right here. You mentioned you're watching Gavu. So far, it's your second favorite Reiwa next to Zero One. Zero One was also really good. I really love the futuristic aesthetic, and fun fact, Kamen Rider Zero One was an inspiration for the design of Samemaru here. That and Kamen Rider Faiz were another big design inspiration. I also was inspired by Kamen Rider O's Shouta form and Kamen Rider Abyss from... Same with your rider design? Oh my god. Yes! Love it. Love it, love it, love it! I always love people with mutual interests and design inspirations. Oh, hold on. Didn't need to do that. Wait, do I already follow you? Oh, yeah. I'll leave you a follow as well, Zero. Here you are. Yeah, I desperately want to get your own armor design. It does take a little bit. So I started off by designing it myself. And then I would set up a design brief for my artist that would tell them the inspiration, the weapons era gem. Oh, thank you. I'm always up to support fellow smaller streamers around here, you know? I'm always up to support y'all. And fellow Tokutubers. I can't say no to fellow Tokutubers. Because that's what I like about VTubing over flesh tubing. Because it's much easier to network with people and to be with people in your niche. Because I'm not an artist of any kind. I just don't have that ability. Honestly, fair. I don't have much artistic ability myself when it comes to digital art. Like, I love painting, though. I absolutely love painting. But other than that, yeah, my art is mid. Yeah, let's put it at that. Mid. But anyways, where was I? Ah, yes. Do you guys also watch Super Sentai as well? What are your favorite seasons? So, I like Go-Go 5. I like Ranger. Yeah, I have so many ideas. You just can't put them on paper. It hurts. I know. Gokaiger. Yes, Gokaiger is a very popular one. And fun fact, that was my raid alert that you guys just saw. Oh, I gotta get these stairs here while I'm at it. I also like Kira Major and King Oger. Those are some pretty peak Reiwa seasons. That and Dawn Brothers. What's the difference between Super Sentai and Kamen Rider? So, that's a good question. Super Sentai is primarily based on a team of heroes. Specifically, a team of 3 to 5 with multiple colors, bright colors, and they have giant robots. Kamen Rider basically are mostly by themselves, and sometimes they have other riders helping them out in battle. But they also have their own agendas, and there's also a bit of moral gray vigilanteism around going on with them. And Kamen Rider tends to be a lot more mature in tone than Super Sentai is. Like, not to say that, oh, she should be lurking for now, she will definitely hang out in chat sometime. Absolutely, Sora. Do feel free to check out the Samemaru Dojo anytime and chat with the other Finn fans we have here. But yeah, you are free to lurk, and you have a good rest of your night, my friend. I might probably... So, Super Sentai is closer to Power Rangers than Kamen Rider. You are correct. But Power Rangers derives its source material from Super Sentai. So, what you know as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers... Oh, you leaving too, Daboom? Well, you have a good rest of your night, Daboom, and I'll see you then. I'll probably be streaming Marvel Rivals on Wednesday to get that hump day rank grind out of the way. But yeah, I'll see you. And I might do some Fortnite on Friday, but I do have my... But I'm going to be playing Helldivers 2 with one of my friends. I might ask them if they might be up for me to stream that, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so what you know as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was known in Japan as Kyoryu Sentai Ranger. Oh, we got the bow mating call! Oh no, not the bow mating call! You see, my friends, this is why you get your pets spayed and neutered, because otherwise they get very nasty when they're in heat. God forbid if that was a human being behind that. Oh, wait. Bao is that. Fuck. Note to self. Be wary of Bao, especially if you are a werewolf. Do keep that in mind, people. Oh, I gotta get this graffiti out. Think I found an easy way to get all this grime out. I might need to get more... But yeah, Bao's whole branding is basically based on her being a massive gooner for werewolves. Don't ask why, but hot, sexy wolf men really turn her on, I should say. Like, her big viral moment as a streamer was when she got a cameo from Bly's voice. Who's Bao? Oh, Bao is a very popular VTuber. She does a lot of music and okay, she's a very popular VTuber. One of the big ones, big indies out there. She's so real for that. Like, I don't blame her. Like, I mean, I'm mostly a straight guy, and Blythe from Elden Ring is kind of hot. Not gonna, given the accent especially. Does that make me bisexual, if that's the case? Because I'll admit I have simped over my own Dragonborn in Baldur's Gate 3. Because have you seen Metallic Dragonborn? Their six-pack shine like freshly cleaned silverware. Like, it's so polished, like I could eat whole dinner off that. I'm not gonna live this down, aren't I? Alright, oh, real quick before you lurk. I want to tell you what colors I would want for your armor. Ooh, do tell. Put that in, like, arts and crafts or suggestions or something like that, and I'll get to you there. I would want to go for a combination of blue, gold, and black. That's a pretty good color combo right there. So the color combo I went with initially for mine was, like, black, blue, silver, and white. So when I gave my design to Common Drawer Ashmish, who is my artist, very talented by the way, and he's also accepting commissions on VGen if you're interested, wink wink nudge nudge. He went with went a little bit off from my initial color scheme. So we have like this nice cobalt blue here, we got silver, black, light blue for the LEDs on my armor, yellow for the eyes, and some red lines for details and good measure. But yeah. Anyways, back to where I was about Bao. She is very well known for gooning hard for werewolves. And she had like the most feral reaction when watching Bly's voice actor just go with the notions. And he was reading one of Bao's thirst tweets where it specifically says, and I quote, "I want Blythe to breed me. I want his puppies, please. I want the leash. I want the collar. I'm drooling. Woof. Woof, 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 woof. Bark, 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 bark." That was the whole tweet, word for word. And when Bao said, "I'm ready when you are," Bao just had this big scream, fangirl scream, and she fucking passed out. Twice. She passed, like, if that's not advanced simping, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what is. And she somehow managed to... I love Bao, she's a freak, but also wholesome as fuck. I agree. Like, for all her freakish gooner tendencies, she's a very wholesome streamer, and she's had a lot of challengers come her way, like, especially after the whole Cinder drama. Moral of advice, people, please do not use your streamer friends as tools. Don't treat it as a business transaction, because you're gonna scar them for life. But yeah, I think she's very wholesome. She's kind of one of my Oshis, along with Koki and Haruka Caribou, among other things. Very, very wholesome. I like her. Don't use anybody as tools. Precisely. Treat people how you want to be treated. And it is an ongoing process for me, too. But she managed to outdo the Bow Blythe reaction. So she was having her, all right, time for me to lurk. I'm going to reach out to you off stream. We need to talk for real. Absolutely. Thank you for the lurk. And we hope you enjoy your time in the Samimaru Dojo with the Finn fans. And you have a good rest of your day. I look forward to hearing back from you, my friend. But anyways, she managed to outdo her reaction to Blythe's cameo. So she was having her subathon and was reacting to a fan animation that was based on her cameo. And get this. When she was, early on, she was like orgasming or something, and she was like, oh, my ovaries, they hurt. They're aching. And then what happened was this. I gotta pull my sound alerts up really quick, and I will show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. Like, this is no ordinary gooning that she did right there. That, my friends, is advanced gooning. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There we are. Yes, she said she wanted to be bred. And she was packing more heat than a ferret in mating season. Like, how do you manage to exceed that? And she managed to rival that when she was polling for Von Lycon in Zenless Zone 0. And she had her heart rate monitor up, and the moment she saw that she polled Von Lycon, her heart rate skyrocketed to like the 120 range, and she was screaming hard at the top of her lungs, and she was like, "Daddy, Daddy!" And then she just passed out from overexertion or something like that. Let's just put it at that. But yeah, VTubers are a very interesting breed, especially if we're talking horniness. Like, the closest I can think that can come up to Bao's level of horniness is Snuffy. And she was in the Sonic fanfiction fandom, and you know how goonerific that could be. And Cottontail, VA, her whole shtick is not safe for work stuff, and you know how that goes. I mean, hey, she's pretty easy on the eyes, I will say that. Alright, I'm getting a little sidetracked, so need to get cleaning. Yeah. With Cotton, I get because she's a voice actor. Oh, yes. I totally get that too, and she has a good ASMR, I will say that. Because that voice is enough to steal my soul. I used to be deep in the Sonic fandom, just gave me PTSD flashbacks. Oh, God. I remember seeing all the Sonic recolors during the prime era of DeviantArt in the late 2000s and early 2010s. And I have seen every fetish represented in the Sonic fandom. I'm talking diapers, inflation, vor. I don't even want to know whatever else there is, but I'm sure the Sonic fandom has somehow managed to make fetish out of that art. That is one of the most craziest fandoms, and I don't know what other fandom comes close to the level of freak the Sonic fandom has. But if you guys do, let me know. But I'm really glad Sonic is having a good renaissance back with the games. Like, I have heard nothing but good things about Sonic Racing Crossroads. Loud House Vandoms comes close. Oh my god. Loud House is another insane fandom. And don't even get me started that a Loud House fanfiction is currently the longest piece of media or literature known to man, and it managed to surpass the previous record holder, which was a Super Smash Bros. Fan fiction. And I need to look up the Loud House fan fiction and see what kind of crazy stuff comes up. But yeah, it is the longest piece of fiction ever written by man. Still trying to look it up through all that. I believe it's called The Loud House Revamped. Oh, please, no. Oh, don't worry. We'll spare you of that. For now. But yeah, I was also talking earlier how I want to ask out my friends more and do more IRL stuff. I'm also reaching out to some of my friends as far as collabs go, especially with spooky season now here. But the hardest part is some of my friends are neurodivergent, and as such, most of them are bad with DMs or just tend to change things at the last possible moment. And it can really be draining dealing with all that, I'm not gonna lie. And it's tough, because I have been reaching out to some friends about going out or doing collabs and all that, and not hearing that back is tough sometimes. But the best thing you can do, if that ever happens, is just focus on yourself. Your mental health is very valuable, and I don't want to see any of you go the way of P. Diddy or anything like that. Last thing you want to do is anything for that to happen. Or better yet, the cosplayer Pids. Like, I used to look up to that guy, and he was a good content creator. Also, I could get some second opinions on something. I'm in a top-down auto shooter with two choices of your weapon. Turrets with fire beams or a plasma ball gun. Good question. Is that game you're playing by any chance Deep Rock Galactic Survivors? If so, I think the plasma ball gun might sound like the more lethal option. But that's just my sense of reasoning, so to speak. Yeah, the turret has a few of them, but limited range. The plasma ball bounces off terrain, and yes, I think the plasma ball turret would be right up your range, my friend. I knew it was Deep Rock Galactic Survivors. Like, I have that, and I play it on and off on my Steam Deck. I have a lot of Survivors games on my Steam Deck. I got Vampire Survivors, I got Deep Rock Galactic Survivors, I got Brotato, and apparently there's a new one that's actually been going pretty viral lately. Megabonk. That's what it's called. Megabonk is the game, and it looks very... I like the art style of it. It's like a 3D world with pixelated enemies, and it has the graphical fidelity of a Nintendo 64 game. And apparently there's a skateboarding skeleton. That's cool. I like it. And apparently it's on... sounds pretty fun. What's the name? It's called Megabonk. Megabonk. Alright, back to where we were. Need to get this done. But yeah, back to where I was about if you're worried about friends not contacting you, especially neurodivergence. It's just better to just focus on yourself, step back, take a deep breath, and focus on what matters and how your friendship is really going. Because I have a friend that I've been trying to contact, and apparently what's been helping me is understanding that she's been kind of going through a lot of shit too. So I think it's because of that, she's not reaching out or responding as much, if you know what I mean. And another thing that really helps me is turn off read receipts on your messaging. Be it Instagram, text messages, it really helps to turn that stuff off because it's a real big peace of mind when you don't see the seen response. Because believe me, I have been there on Instagram and I had to turn that off for a select few friends because it was really starting to get to me. Because I have been in a friendship in the past that did not go well, and seeing the scene and knowing that I was getting ignored like that, not fun. Not fun. Ooh, look at the soccer ball. We need to get the stuff here. I need to buy some more stuff. Okay, where are you cleaning liquids? There we are. But yeah, I'm glad you understand that. I mean, I love my neurodivergent friends a lot, I really do. But it can be tough handling them, or just trying to get a hold of them. It ain't easy, but I acknowledge that they're still my friends at the end of the day. And it's important to acknowledge that. Because sometimes my mind goes to places where it's like, oh my god, they hate me, are they gonna block me or something like that? But no, and when I see my friends IRL, it's as if we never really left, and our interactions are nice and healthy. Because keep in mind, your mind is a big fucking meanie. It will play tricks on you, it's gonna call you names and all that shit. And it will make you think you suck when in reality you're not. Don't give in to those thoughts. Instead, take your mind, put it elsewhere, find creative means to get it out, like journaling or painting, any of that. Show your feelings, who's boss, and then get the curb stop on the floor like it's a touchdown in football! You just gotta do it, man! Anxiety sucks so bad. That's something I'm learning too. Yes, I have dealt with anxiety for as long as I can remember. Because I'm on the autism spectrum. I have ADHD too. I deal with depression and anxiety. And that mental cocktail is not fun at all. But, you know, we learn to live with it. Learn to handle it, and most importantly, find neurodivergent peers to connect with. Because that's important. Unity and camaraderie are the biggest antidotes to dealing with what we go through. Because we're not alone on this. You're not alone. Because together we can conquer anything, baby! But let me tell you, my anxiety has gotten really bad since the beginning of 2025, since a certain Cheeto man got inaugurated, and it really messed up my sleep schedule. My energy has been destabilized, you should say, and it's been hard to fall asleep. But I've kind of been learning to deal with it. I've been taking magnesium glycinate to help with the muscles and nervous system. I also take Z-Cool to help fall asleep, and sometimes Tylenol if needed. Contrary to what people say, Tylenol does not give you autism. That is a scientific fact. And don't think about taking it and unleashing your super autism. Are you from the US? Yes, I am. I am from the United States. And it can be tough, especially with our current president. But what's important is we learn to stand together. Make friends with others, and, you know, focus on yourself. Because there's a lot of shit that's been out of our control, and sometimes there's not much else to do except better yourself, which is exactly what I'm doing. Reminds me of the quote from DRG Survivor. Mastery of a weapon requires focus. I trust you know what you're getting into. I don't know why. It helps with the brain being a meanie. There you go. I always love it when things get unintentionally motivational, if you know what I mean. Hold on. I need to get a drink really quick. I'm thirsty. There we go. And we're just gonna scribble dibble dibble here. Alright, we need to get a Y nozzle to get all the grime off this wall. And if there's anything in Uma Musume season 2, if that anime ever, excuse me, if that anime has taught me anything, it's important to make your own miracles. Because no matter what hardships happen in your life, it's important that you make your own miracles and make it happen. Because if Tokai Teo can win the Arima Kinen after having 3 fractured leg incidents, mind you, and still win after not running for over a year, you can get through life too. Like Tokai Teo, you can run and do the Teo step and do it! Just fucking do it! But yeah, jokes aside, I love you all, and it's always important to keep running and make your miracles happen yourself. Let's get all this here. Oh yeah, so as far as inspiring quotes or moments go, what was a moment from any movie, anime, or TV show that you've watched had the most inspiring quote or moment that you've ever seen or heard? Let me know in the chat, my friends, my fellow Finn fans. I think we're almost done with the gallery floor here. Oh, we need to get this here. Grab this. Yatatataku. But yeah, back when I was a flesh tuber and I was always scheduling my streams, it was very hard to allocate time and put energy into yourself. It's why now that I'm back into streaming, I'm going to start streaming on a whenever basis to go easy on myself, because my mental health can be fluctuating at times. And my only scheduled content at the moment are going to be collabs or special occasions like my affiliate anniversary. From God of War Ragnarok, just before the final fight between Kratos and Thor. Don't you know what I've done? Yes, but what will you do now? That is... The whole Norse God of War duology was amazing and inspiring. Like, my favorite quote that I still use to this day to get through hardships, or just when you're having low self-esteem and you're feeling apologetic, is, don't be sorry. Be better. That is a motto I live by. While it's not applicable everywhere, it is still important to always be better than who you were yesterday. That's important. Be better than the person who you were yesterday or a year ago. Because I'm not going to deny, I've done a lot of stupid shit in the past and I've committed some sins. But I'm not going to let myself or anyone else make that same mistake ever again. I will say that much. We don't change. We are destroyers. No, no more. No more. For the sake of our children, we must be better. Exactly. Like, I still remember meeting Kratos' voice actor, Christopher Judge, at a convention I went to a couple years ago, and he was by far one of the sweetest people I've ever talked to. When I told him how much his journey of grief meant to me when I was dealing with my cat passing away back 2 years ago in 2023. If y'all remember Don Cheeto, y'all know. My Sonic playlist is still going pretty good. And to grieve deeply is to have loved fully. Open your heart as you have opened it to me, and you'll find every reason to keep living. That is another important thing about grief. It'll be with you for the rest of your life, but over time, you learn how to manage it and live with it. Like, I still miss Don Cheeto with all my heart and soul, and it's part of why it inspired me to start volunteering for a cat shelter that I do work for nowadays. Because I do want to fill that cat-shaped hole in my heart. And it's important to use your grief for good, and not for whatever stupid shit that others may do. Like Trump, for instance. Don't be a Trump, people. Don't be a Trumpy pumper. Here we are. Alright, I need to get the thin nozzle here with high pressure power. When is this gallery floor gonna be done? Oh. I'm gonna go pick this up. Place it here. And there we go. Alright, I see a bunch of specks of dust, dirt here. Anything here? Listen, if you leave things the way they are now, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. Telling her might not change things, but at least you'll have closure. Exactly. What's that quote from, if you don't mind me asking? I feel like I've heard that before, but I could be wrong. Another surprisingly inspiring movie I love watching is Treasure Benson from Regular Show. Yes! Regular Show. Like, I really love how real the moments in that show get for all the absurd shit that happens in that show. Oh, I see some stuff here. What do we got? No. Okay. What else we got here? Regular Show just has a lot of good inspiring quotes in that movie, in that series. Where are the dust specks? Oh, where are the dust specks? Oh, where are those dust specks? Wide nozzle is good for these kinds of surfaces. Oh yeah, are you guys excited for Powerwash Simulator 2? Where there's more tools to play with and you get to pet cats? Cause yeah, I wanna pet that pussy, if you know what I mean. And by pussy, I mean pussycats. I don't mean the Cave of Wonders, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I fucking knew you were gonna say that. Oh, man. Frank, you've been on my channel long enough to know exactly my kind of humor. Like, one moment I could be a wholesome cinnamon roll, and another I am a menace to society that spews innuendos and stuff that you could hear from Animaniacs or fucking Has-Been Hotel. I have no in-between. Oh, this isn't even done yet. Now it's done. I see some... Yes! Finally done! There we go. We got the bowl done. Oh, I want to do something here. I want to get this ball out of the bowl. Come on. Come on. Work with me, ball. Work with me. Yes! Haha! And I got an achievement! In the skate park, push the ball out of the bowl. I knew there was gonna be an achievement there, and I'm glad my curiosity paid off. Thank goodness for ADHD for once. Haha. But yeah, another piece of advice I can give to anyone that wants to stream, and if you're struggling with finding clips, try and make some yourself. Like what I did with drawing in Powerwash Simulator or getting that soccer ball out of the skate bowl. But yes, I'm excited for it. I just wish there was more than one game to make me want to buy a Switch 2. Exactly. The only game that really intrigues me right now is Donkey Kong Bonanza. And I know the DLC for that is very greedy, I will say. Like, it's been very hard to defend Nintendo lately, and this is coming from someone who's been growing up with them since the SNES days. Okay, I think I'm getting low on water. I'm gonna be right back, guys. So... yeah, I won't bad the BRB screen, because I don't have words on stream for right now. I love Nintendo's original franchise, but they've been dropping the ball on a lot of them. Oh, I agree. Pokemon especially, but I'll talk more about that later. More water awaits. Oh, I see. I see some chat starting. I gotta catch up on chat for a little bit. Yeah, soon Pokemon ZA will have the $30 DLC. Oh, don't remind me. Nintendo's gotten very greedy with the DLC, and announcing the DLC before the game even releases is a low ball move. Even DK Bonanza with the paid DLC... hold on. Even DK Bonanza with the paid DLC looks like it ripped out of the Splatoons in terms of the genre. And all they offer for post-game in that mode is that roguelite mode. Haven't gotten DK DLC, but probably won't get it. I agree. The recent Direct was my last hope in buying a Switch 2, and sadly, it didn't land, so you're sticking to Xbox. Yeah, same here. Like, that recent Direct really killed a lot of people's faith in Nintendo as of recently. Because, don't get me wrong, they do still have good stuff every now and then, and I do like the new Megas in Pokemon Legends ZA. Mega Chestnut has become my favorite Mega, because I really love the Royal Knight look it has going on for it. Mega Delphox was a huge glow-up, because it went from being my least favorite starter line design-wise, to being one of the better Megas that we got. Mega Greninja was alright, I think. It's just, base Greninja was a really good design, and it was very hard to top perfection. And Chestnut and Delphox got such huge glow-ups that Greninja got, like, what, you know, a +1. What made it worse, who wants the Virtual Boy with the $100 add-on from the Nintendo store? I know, tell me about it. Like, why are they bringing back the Virtual Boy with the damn accessory of all things and, you know, making them more accessible, you know? Sometimes companies and their greedy business decisions I just don't understand companies and their greedy business decisions. But it is what it is. That's corporatism for ya. I wouldn't blame capitalism directly, but corporatism and consumerism are the big contributing factors here. this here. Here we are. Yeah, wouldn't have a bit better if they released the GameCube lineup in the future, right? Like, there's still a big demand for GameCube games. I mean, people still love Super Mario Sunshine, Custom Robo on the GameCube, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. And I ain't even talking about some of the more obscure games, like Gotcha Force, for instance. Like, I have that on my Steam Deck, and it's a very good little mecha arena brawler of sorts, akin to Virtual On, if anyone's played that. Hey there, I've got one heck of a filthy sidecar you could fit us. Ooh, we got a new duty to do. The skate park's gonna take us a while, but we're gonna clean this motorbike so we could at least complete something. Wind Waker is already on the GameCube able to play? Gotcha. Well, personally, I do all my emulation on Steam Deck these days, because I love having everything on one platform. So then, I got another question for you guys in chat. What is the most obscure game that you've played, and what is your favorite obscure game that you guys have played? So I can vouch for one that I have played, and it's called Alundra. It was a PS1 exclusive from 1997, and it was a Legend of Zelda clone, and a very competent one at that. They literally made a GameCube controller as an official accessory for a single game. Yeah, for a single game, and why didn't you apply that to all the other GameCube games, you know? But anyways, back to Alundra. It's a very interesting Zelda clone, because it has a much bigger emphasis on platforming than Zelda does. And the puzzles are a lot more complex than Zelda's are. Because I remember in one of the dungeons in Alundra, you started off by ordering the sages in their hierarchy from, like, the lowest in power to the highest in power. And then you had to listen to some esoteric directions on where to go and how to navigate the room, all that stuff. And also the story gets really dark and depressing in there. Like, if I were to describe Alundra's story, it's a Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening meets A Nightmare on Elm Street. And I definitely do mean A Nightmare on Elm Street there, because there is some horrifying imagery in the nightmares there. Yeah, most obscure. Would add-ons to games count? Yeah, I could count that. Globe Gear Fusion. It's a fan game for the World Trigger anime. It's basically ran by one Discord with tournament-style competitions. Huh. Like, I've seen my fair share of obscure games, but I've never heard that before. I'm gonna go look it up. Ah, okay, I see it. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of Guns the Duel in a little bit, if anyone's remembered that game. Like, it was way back from, like, the 2000s when free-to-play gaming was still in its infancy. Like, I remember a lot of games that were from that era, like Combat Arms, Maple Story, Crossfire. Way back in the 2010s, a game called Pinball Effects 2 collaborated with PopCap for a Plants vs. Zombies pinball board. Interesting. I think I remember... Oh, Guns? Yeah, I've heard a lot about that game. I never really played it, but I heard a lot about K-Style and the movement of it. Very interesting. But my go-to game during the early free-to-play era was a game called X-Steel. It was a third-person mecha shooter, and it was very fun. Granted, it was very pay-to-win with a lot of mecha parts and all that, but it was very cool. I loved it, and it's been shut down since 2010, and I'm kind of sad. I mean, the closest game that rivaled the feel of X-Steel was Mecha Break. World Trigger was the reason I started playing Guns, and Guns was the reason you started Global Gear. So it's basically the Ouroboros cycle there. The thing and everything from the original game, Crazy Dave, mini games, Dr. Zomboss riding a Zombot head, 10 different plants, multipliers, and the works. It's amazing how much detail they can put in these pinball tables. Yes, we got the tire. Let me see if there's any other stuff. Mudguard. We need to get the mudguard here. We need to get the sidecar seat here, too. Here we go. But yeah, I remember vividly the early free-to-play era of games. Like, that was back when there were a lot of games that were pay to win, and it was rampant in those kinds of games. Like, I remember they had a lot of crossovers with Team Fortress 2 to get exclusive gear. Like, I remember Alliance of Valiant Arms, which is like a COD Counter-Strike clone from back in the day. I used to play that quite a bit, and you had to play that if you wanted to get a knife reskin from it. Thankfully, people actually do still play Team Fortress 2. Like, I was actually playing it yesterday over on Koki's community. Here we are. Oh, wait. I see some dirt. There was some dirt I missed. Need to get this. Beautiful. Now let's get the little bumper here. We need to get in these tiny crevices because dirt loves to hide there. We got the sidecar all cleaned up. Alright, now let's get to the bike itself here. We got the headlights. We need to get these rear side mirrors. Let's get this here. Get a nice rub-a-dub-dub here. I love to rub. Let's see that. Lovely, 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 lovely. This bike is looking a lot cleaner, I will say. You need to get the green one here, because that's a little bit more higher pressure. Nice. Oh, missed a spot here. Alright, we need to get the stuff in the tire here, because that's going to be difficult to access otherwise. Alright, mind if I grace you all with shark facts? So, here's an interesting little thing about sharks. So, sharks have been around on this planet longer than trees have. How's that for a shark? Okay, your favorite artifact in DRG Survivor is the 50% health store every time a stage is cleared. The Tactical Cookie. Yes, I know the one you're talking about. It's come in clutch for a few runs for me. But back to shark facts. So, sharks don't have bones either. Rather, they have cartilage, and you can actually count the rings in their cartilage as you would a tree to determine how old they are. So, if you can count the rings in a shark like you would a tree, does that make sharks trees? Or the ancestor to a tree? Shark's tree confirmed? You know, I would love to see shark trees, especially for Christmas. It would make the holidays a lot more interesting, if I do say so myself. Let me get a poll up here for ya. There we are. Where is the poll maker? Clip that. Raid 60 seconds. Manage poll. Bingo. Here we are. Alright, chat. I'll leave it to you to decide. Are sharks trees? Well, if you ask me, if sharks are trees, they'd be committing some treasonous acts. Okay, I'm going back to stuff. Need to get these windshields. I know, I'm getting you guys with the hard questions right here, right? Leave it to Grandpa of all trees, yep. You know, I can see why Jeff has the Groot team up where he can perch on Groot's shoulder. So I think Jeff is technically a tree now that I think about it. Nice. Yes, sharks are trees. It has been confirmed that sharks are basically trees. But don't think about it too hard, otherwise you are going to be getting headaches. Back in this day, the trees were just ideas among survival. Oh no. I need to get this tire here. Oh, there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be cleaned in this section. But you know, I am actually thinking about getting Sonic Racing Cross Worlds in the coming week or two. And I was thinking about streaming that as another one of our open lobby community games. As an alternative to Mario Kart World. I've been seeing my friend Adnora Von Vale play that a good bit on Discord. And that looks like a very solid kart. That'd be fun to watch? Yes. And I have been loving all the interactions that... with the rivals and all that. There are some very good interactions there. Like, especially with Jet the Hawk. There's some very hilarious stuff. Here we go. We're gonna get some clean. Get this. We need to get through these exhausts here. Oh, I see something in there. I see a spot here I missed. Yeah, one more. DRG Survivor question about the K1P Viper drone. Do I take 3 extra drones or Crisis Protocol? Definitely the 3 extra drones. I haven't played the game in a while, but I remember more drones means more fun. At least in my opinion. Okay. We need to get the spokes here on the tire. And I was thinking about getting that game only held because of it's $90. Which game are you talking about, Adonis? Are you talking about Mario Kart World or Sonic Racing Cross Worlds? Because I know Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is $70, while Mario Kart World is $80, or $50 if you got the Switch 2 bundle. But I feel like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is a lot more worth your money than... Yeah, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I think it's $90 if you include the Season Pass and the DLC. And even... oh, you have Canadian prices. Okay. That does take another factor. I do have some friends who are Canadian, so I totally get that. Let's see. Anything else? Nope. I think I got that. We're almost done here. But yeah, I feel Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is definitely more worth your money. Especially with the DLC in factor, because you got Hatsune Miku, Steve from Minecraft, SpongeBob, Patrick... and then we got the Avatar... excuse me. We got the Avatar gang and the Ninja Turtles coming. And we also got fucking Mega Man in there with Proto Man to boot. What's not to love? Like, I am really loving how stacked the roster is in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Because While Mario Kart World's roster is also alright, it just feels like there's a lot of filler because they put in a lot of generic fodder in there. I didn't know about the DLC. Holy, that's basically Smash Bros. Racing? I know, right? Like, it managed to outdo Mario Kart 8 in terms of all the cool collabs it has. Because I remember Mario Kart 8 crossed over with Splatoon, Animal Crossing, and Mercedes-Benz, believe it or not. Alright, we need to get the spoke sets, the swing arm, and the windshield. Hang on. I know what to do. Okay, so it's this one. Okay. Okay, I see you. Next, we need to get the swing arm. Actually, I'll get the spoke set first. I see one. Okay, I got the swing arm. Good, good, good. Next, the spokes is the last thing we need to complete this job. Yay, we did it! Now let's go see our little time lapse, shall we? We did it! Moisimo, we did it! So next, we're gonna go continue our progress on the skate park. I think I got about, like, what, half hour or hour left in me, and then we'll raid a friend of mine, so we shall see. So, y'all remember when Tony Hawk was, like, literally everywhere? Like, I saw he was actually a guest at one of the conventions I go to called Game On Expo, and he was a guest there this year for, like, what, one day? And his lines were, like, packed early on right from the get-go, and from what I heard, he's a very nice and good guy all around. So, good on them. So I want to hear your stories, chat. What was the most famous person that you've met? Be it at a convention or, like, out of happenstance occurrence? Because I think Game On Expo this year was where I peaked at meeting all my favorites. So there were two people at Game On Expo this year that I was happy to meet. So I met Don Bluth, who you may know as the person behind such childhood favorites like The Secret of Nim, An American Tale, and The Land Before Time. I gotta take a picture with him, and he is a very polite and upstanding man. I love him. And I also saw James Rolfe, aka, or who you may better know as the Angry Video Game Nerd. He was a very good and polite guy. Like, even though I don't really gel well with his current content these days, I'm really glad he's still a very respectable individual. You met one of the biggest Splatoon creators, Jmoji, at Target of all places, but he was with some people I could guess only was family, so I made a brief out of respect. Well, very good on you for keeping it brief. It's always important to make sure to respect other times, especially if you're in line to see someone at a convention, because trust me, there's a lot of big voice actors that have huge lines, so it's always important to take your time, or better, or, you know, keep it brief, and keep what you want to talk about quick as possible. I forgot how much talking can be thirsty work. And just keep the others behind you in line in mind. Because I know there's some voice actors that actually really do take the time with their fans, because one of my favorite voice actors, Jeremy Lee, she loves taking the time with her fans. And naturally, her lines do get very long because of that. And she's a very renowned voice actor. But she's a very sweet voice actor, and I do take an opportunity to take a picture with her whenever I get the chance, just because of how sweet she's been to me. I also got to see at another convention I went to called Anime Arizona, I saw Erica Lindbeck, who you may know as Luna from Hell of a Boss. She also did Chevreuse from Genshin Impact, Peppermint from Hi-Fi Rush, and she was one of the female Helldiver voices in Helldivers 2. She's very chill, friendly, and I really did love talking with her. I told her how much her own journey... Oh, Rika Maraghelli! Thank you for the follow, and welcome to the Samimaru Dojo, home of the Finn fans. How are you today, my friend? Frank, can we give a shout out for Rika Maraghelli? She is a friend of mine from the VTubing community and cosplay community. She's a mutual of mine from Emmy Bear's channel. Hello, how are you? Glad to have you here. I was just yapping about conventions and all the voice actors I met. I was actually just talking about Erica Lindbeck, among other things. But how have you been doing, Rika? Oh, before I forget, I should also send you a link to my Discord server as well. Here it is. Here's this link to my secret dojo. I'm good. I'm so glad I got to your stream. Oh, thank you. I'm actually glad you came too. I had my debut a few days ago, and believe it or not, it actually went a lot better than I thought. Like, I actually got spoiled to hell and back. Like, I had, 20 to 30 gift subs, and I'm basically 1 sub point away from getting another emote slot. Oh my god, I need to send you mine as well. You just made yours this week. Awesome! Just DM it to me on Discord. I think I sent you a friend request on there. Just click my username and double check just in case. Alright? But yeah, if you're ever up to collab, just let me know. And I'm open to do Repo, or, let's see, Marvel Rivals, or anything in between. Oh my god, that's great. You're so happy for you. Thank you! Like, VTubing, I feel really right at home with. Let me tell you. Because after chatting with my friends, Smitten Sarah, Lily Morgaine, and your girlfriend, Emmy Bear, I feel really right at home, and I really love how supportive the VTubing community is there. I love seeing everyone's crazy, wacky designs, the creativity, and all the stupid shenanigans everyone gets into with their community. Because I have never felt this much love in streaming since, like, I first gotten into, like, the Twitch groups on Facebook and all that jazz. And it's much easier to stand out as a VTuber in comparison to, say, being a flesh tuber. Because from my experience, it's very, very hard to stand out as a flesh tuber. Because unless you're very skilled at something, have very good connection, or have an established community elsewhere, or you have some, like, really obscure skill, like putting your foot in your mouth, you won't be able to get anywhere as a flesh tuber. But comparison, like, VTubing is just so much more fun and unique. Like, I have seen so many wacky designs from, like, sharks, like shark girls, or witches, or cyborgs, robots, and other tokusatsu VTubers. Oh my! And I was actually talking about this earlier. Like, it's much easier to connect with people as a VTuber in comparison to, like, a flesh tuber, because it's much easier to find people within your niche. Because, as you know, I am a tokutuber. I do love me some tokusatsu, and finding tokusatsu friends and being in that niche is very, very helpful. I'm almost done with the railing here. But yeah, we've just been doing some Powerwash Simulator here. Just nice and chill, chatting, and just yapping about my special interests, among other things. Need to get this here. And I did some Uma Musume earlier. I did a run with Special Week. I managed to complete a run with her. Or at least, no, I think I got close. I got to the Ura semifinals, or the Ura finals, and I failed a race there. Yeah, so much for her being basically the mascot. I need to get this game, honestly. I need more relaxed games. Are you talking about Power Wash Simulator? Because, yeah, it is a very chilling game. Like, if I'm in the mood to just, I don't know, yap about things, my special interests, or just what I've been to in life, Power Wash Simulator is kind of a go-to of mine. Because it is one of my go-to Zen games if I'm taking a break from one of my more frustrating games, like, say, Hollow Knight Silk Song or the like. I just play some Power Wash Simulator, I decompress there, and just make some happy little cleanings. Yeah, this game, I like yapping and playing games at the same time. Me too. It just kind of depends on the game. Like, if I'm, like, clenching my butt in Marvel Rivals, for instance, I will probably have difficulty yapping or focusing on chat. I do try, but it's not easy. Compared to, say, I don't know, Power Wash Simulator or any other chill game like Let's Go Fishing or whatever it's called on Steam. I need to look that up, actually. Let me just... Gone Fishing, it ain't that. Nice Day for Fishing. No, it's not Nice Day for Fishing. I've come across so many chill games, it's insane. Fish. There's like literally a game on Steam called Fish. What kind of crazy games are they putting on Steam these days? But yeah, I've also been planning some collabs with friends right now. Hold on. Okay. Wrong one. I need my short extension right here. So yeah, I'm planning a repo collab at the end of the month for the monster update that's going to be coming out that day. So we already got 4 slots currently filled and 2 are currently open. I may need to double check after I get off stream, but I also have a Left 4 Dead 2 collab plan and also one of Earth Defense Force 5. If any of you are wondering what that game is about, imagine the movie Starship Troopers, but a lot more Japan-flavored. And you're not fighting alien bugs. You're fighting giant ants and spiders the size of houses, and you're blowing it up with rocket launchers, Tomahawk cruise missiles, and watching as their giblets blow up to oblivion as you destroy the city in the process. And you also go against every science fiction trope known to man, which include aliens, giant frogmen. What else? Oh, it seems my Sonic playlist ended. Hold on. Oh, it went up right as I refreshed. Dang it. There we are. You missed it. What game? Earth Defense Force. So, the one I'm planning a collab for is Earth Defense Force 5. It is currently on sale on Steam for $15, and if you're going to get any of the EDF games, I think EDF 5 or 4.1, The Shadow of New Despair, are good starting points for those curious about this enigma of a franchise. But yeah, as I was saying, Earth Defense Force is basically you and 3 other players against every science fiction trope known to man, which include but not limited to giant insects, aliens, sometimes giant frogs, robots, dragons in some games, giant alien squid, and what is basically an alien god. Ooh, nice. Managed to get that done. I'll probably post a video of it in my video section on my Discord, so you guys know what I'm talking about. But imagine shenanigans ensue in that game. And there's ragdoll physics too. Alright, let's get to cleaning this floor, because we got a lot to cover. Both figuratively and literally. Scrub-a-dub-dub, I live to rub. Scrub-a-dub-dub, I live to rub. Here we go. Bye-bye, graffiti. Hi, Billy Mays here with this new fantastic product. It's called Graffiti Be Gone. Oh, I should tell you guys some of the arcades I've been to while I was at my vacation on the Oregon coast. So, on the last full day I had up in Oregon, I went with my uncle to a few arcades and board game shops that I wanted to go to, and there was a couple really nice arcades. One was at, like, the side of the road in downtown, and it had a very nice variety of old and new games. They had, like, Turtles in Time, Frogger, the arcade Super Mario Brothers. They had Gauntlet Dark Legacy, and there was a few new games, too. They had, like, the Halo shooter, Jurassic Park, and there was another one that was in an outlet mall, and that had more newer games, but not much retro games, and they had a whole section dedicated to claw games. And they called it Claw City. And I actually managed to win a few prizes there. So I managed to win a Bulbasaur plushie and some cheap plastic Pokemon and some Pokeballs there. So I do want to tell you guys, if you all have ever played the crane games or the claw games or whatever you want to call them, what was the best thing that you managed to win from those claw games? I really want to hear your claw game stories. The claw. Missed opportunity to call it a clawfy shop? Oh man, Frank, I see my ability to call puns has been rubbing off on you, my friend. But yeah, do tell me your stories about oh yeah. Back to where I was about the shops in the Oregon coast. So, we went... You won a Wii once? Holy shit, that's impressive. Like, I've seen some of those, like, big prize games where they had whole PS5s and Nintendo Switches in there. Those ones are pretty notorious, I will say. These... Best things you've won in a crane game are a bunch of Bob Ross plushies. Best thing you've won was a whole bunch of rubber duckies. Nice. I always do love... I have a soft spot for rubber duckies here. You know, I could probably give Placid Plastic Duck Simulator another try, as far as that game goes. Because that was like the very last thing I streamed as a flesh tuber. Get all the grime off first. But yeah, usually I don't do the claw games because they tend to be very rigged from my experience. And others, might I add. Hang on, I need to get my multi-purpose cleaner for the graffiti here. There we go. Get this wall nice and cleaned up. Nice. Yeah, same. First, I look at what looks cheap enough to not look rigged inside the claw machines. Like, it's funny, when I was trying to get games prizes from the claw machine, it was when my uncle wasn't looking. And he was making a joke of that, and I absolutely love that. And when he saw that I managed to win the Bulbasaur plush keychain from that one little mini prize grabber, I was like, oh, so now you get it when I'm not looking. And afterwards, I wanted to put the last of my points into those, like, little plastic Pokeballs with those little cheap Pokemon figures in there. He's like, so now it happens again. You know, it's funny. My skills are always best when no one's looking. Then the moment someone comes in, it's like everything's siphoned. You get what I mean, right? Oh, and I also got, so there were also some really nice little board game shops. So the one I went to first was in the outlet mall, and it was like called the Dragonvine or something like that. They also had an anime store that was also in the outlet mall, but the board game store was my focus because they had a lot of nice stuff. They had a bunch of card games. My skills sometimes will go up when you're angry. Yeah, I feel that too. But for me, my skills kind of go down when I'm mad. So when I'm tilted, I tend to just step away and just do something else. I'm the exact same way, and it's so annoying. I secretly hate people physically watching me. Right? I'm glad you get that. But yeah, I got a bunch of good stuff over at that Dragonvine board game shop. I got this little magic shifting cube or whatever they are. I got... What else did I get? I need to look at the little baggie I got. Dinosaur... Oh yeah, I got a Blocky's Transformers figure. And the one I pulled, it was from the Light Up series, where if you tap, like, the chest or their head or whatever, their eyes and their chest light up. And I was hoping to get an Optimus Prime, but I managed to pull the 1 in 36 rare Megatron figure from there. It's the one where he has his Energon flail. And I'm like, you know, I'll take what I can get. Like, I will gladly take those Transformers Blockies figures over those stupid-ass Labubus any day of the week. Because those things look like they came out of the trash, and those shit-eating grins or something else, I tell ya. Because at least with Blockies, you get that nice delayed gratification, and they're always fun to build and assemble. And, fun fact, Blockies also comes in other varieties, too. They also have Kamen Rider figures that, you know... Let me look that up right now. Blockies Blind Box. So they have tons of others in different IPs. So they have Sun Wukong, they have Ultraman, Saint Seiya. Interesting. They have Saint Seiya, they have tons of Transformers, from G1 to... Transformers 1, that movie was criminally underrated. A lot of good stuff in that series, I tell ya. Yeah, they have Ultraman. Oh, there's also a combining Devastator. And they also have full model kits, too. I might end up getting, like, an Optimus Prime from there. Because if I don't get the big one, I'd rather have just a big Optimus to watch over one of my shelves. I know... Oh! Def Not Gav! Thank you for the follow, and welcome to the Samemaru Dojo, home of the Fin fans. We hope you have a good time here, and how are you today? All I know is Labubu it was a really stupid meme on either Insta or TikTok. Even for me, it made no sense, and even stupid memes didn't make me laugh. I just don't get Labubus either. And I'm a 33-year-old millennial, and I have seen so many memes come and gone, and that... I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. But how are you today, Def Not Gav? Glad to have you here as part of the Fin fans. Literally following because of the Kamen Rider model, it's so good. Thank you! Kamen Rider was an inspiration of mine, but it is kind of its own thing. So my character's name is Samemaru, or Razor Samemaru, as my username is called. So what are your favorite Kamen Rider series to watch, since it looks like you're a fan too? So some of my favorites I can name on the top of my hand are Kamen Rider Kabuto, let's see, Double, O's, Gaim, Build, 01, and Gavu. Was gonna call it Armor Guy, but you do have a Henshin belt. Yes, I did went with the Henshin belt because it's easier. Because it was easier to make. And they're cooler. Build? Oh yes, Build is really good. I love it too. But yeah, I've also been watching Kamen Rider Zets on my Discord server, which I'll provide with you right now. So you could talk with the other Finn fans and other Tokusatsu fans. And we also do a bunch of games on and off stream, from Helldivers to Marvel Rivals and Fortnite, among a few others. I'm gonna get all this here. I'm gonna need the multi-purpose nozzle. Alright, so you need to get the floor down here. And I also watch Super Sentai as well. So the series that I'm making in my VTuber lore it's kind of a mix between Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, where the heroes are mostly off on their own things, but they do team up every now and then, and each section that are of the organization our hero works for has a different specialty. So my character Samemaru is in the Assassination Infiltration Division. So he is tasked with killing the crime lords directly and swiftly. And stealthily. I also have plans for like a Falcon Fire Knight, a big bull Viking, a yellow cheetah shooter healer support. So Go-Go 5, but with Kamen Riders. Basically, you're not wrong. And Pink is a sniper. She's a long-range reconnaissance specialist and the sole female among the machine heroes. But you kind of basically hit the nail on the head right there. You know, I don't think I posted my VTuber lore PowerPoint in the Discord server, have I? I'll probably have to put that in once I get done with stream. So that way you all can watch. Oh, and Nightbot actually comes in with it too. But yeah, the very first Kamen Rider I ever watched was Kabuto, and it was from the clips on YouTube. And when I first saw it, I was like, hey, this looks like this long-lost sequel to Big Bad Beetleborgs. And then it became a rabbit hole that I never really recovered from ever since. And then there was Super Sentai. I watched a good bit of Go-Onger, Shinkenger. I also like Kira Major, and what else? King Oger was another really good one. I also heard a lot of good things about... That was my favorite aspect of Lightspeed, the different specialties and abilities. Yeah, Lightspeed Rescue was a very good adaptation of Go-Go 5, I will say. I was Power Rangers only until you found Lupat and Build while they were airing. I remember those. Lupin Ranger versus Pata Ranger was pretty interesting, with the whole two teams, one being one cops and one robbers. It was interesting, but it definitely did feel messy in a few areas, I will say. What other seasons I liked? I have dabbled a little bit into Zyuranger, as well as Dai Ranger and Kaku Ranger. Like, I remember the White Ranger in Dai Ranger was a pervert, and he'd take every opportunity to grope the Pink Ranger. Because hooray for sexual harassment from a kid, and... then again, Japan's Age of Consent is lower, but yeah. It tried to be too many things. Wanted to be unique, but also wanted to be an anniversary season or something. Yeah. The anniversary seasons lately have been kind of hit or miss. I mean, Zenkaiger is pretty cool with all the homages and stuff. But I heard it was a little mid. Gojuger, I heard same thing, because it was focused more on like the whole anniversary bit rather than being its own thing. Because if there's one thing I will give credit to Kamen Rider Revice is how they handle the forms. Like, they have the design aspects of all the Riders past, but they still have enough to make them feel like their own thing. After Ryu Soldier, I'm starting to feel how old I am with all the new seasons. Ugh, tell me about it. Like, I ain't getting too old to keep up with this shit. But then again, I am a millennial who lives with his parents and doesn't have much to do except, you know, work, find a new job, and focus on my hobbies that keep me sane in this crazy, crazy world. They just don't hit the same, but also not a teenager anymore. That is totally valid. But there are still some really good Sentai seasons from recent years. Like, as I mentioned before, Kira Major, Dawn Brothers, and King Oger, I have heard nothing but good things about in the Reiwa era. Boon Boonger was also pretty good too, because it was a very, well-balanced tone with it being quirky, goofy, and toyetic, but it wasn't afraid to have serious moments either. And it knew exactly how to balance the tone. Oh, and they also have Rika Matsumoto, the Japanese voice of Ash Ketchum, as Buntonio Bunderas. Let's see, I'm almost done with this quarter pipe. Oh, there's still some stuff on the sides that I missed. But hey, if you're like me, you could still have fun even if you're 20, 30, or even in your 40s and beyond. Don't let your age define what you can have fun with. Just do you, don't give a fuck about what others think, and, learn to enjoy the ride and have fun. I mean, hey, we all go through the same life stuff. Life happens, then we die, but it's always important to have fun while on the ride, you know? I gotta get this ramp here. Almost there. Oh, we're almost done with this ramp. Awesome. I'm gonna get the yellow nozzle because it has the better pressure. Yes! Ramp done. Oh, yay. The playlist I'm playing right now has a lot of music from Sonic CD. That soundtrack was, at least the Japanese version, was fire. Like, the North American version actually had a pretty good soundtrack for Sonic CD too, but it was a much different vibe. It was a lot more mysterious, dark, and spooky, especially Dr. Eggman's theme with the boss fights. Because in comparison, the Japanese version is like that rap where it's like, work that traffic jam, come on now, work that traffic jam. And then the the North American version is like, and it's like, I'm gonna skin you alive while you're asleep. That's the kind of vibe it kind of gives off. Like, I remember being absolutely horrified when I first played it on the PC in Windows 98. God, I feel old that I know about Windows. Like, y'all remember the days of floppy disks and CDs? Like, CDs are still around, albeit with Blu-rays mostly these days. But yeah, back in the day, we used to use floppy disks and CDs to store all our data. Back in my day, we used to put all our important information on little plastic floppy disks. And they slow your computer down. I wasn't there, but I heard it was good, really good. It really was, all things considered. Part of it is nostalgia, but I really did like how free it felt. Like, sure, our pockets were full with all kinds of devices, from iPods to cell phones, CD players, Walkmans, Game Boys, and anything of the like. And now we have smartphones that are basically all that in one, but they're all very invasive, and they kind of feed into tech addiction and doomerism. But I'm thankful there are tools these days that can help you moderate that. Because I use an app called OneSec, which reminds you to take a deep breath whenever you open a specified app that you want. Like, I have it on Instagram, because I'll admit, I do face doom scrolling on Instagram and to an extent Twitter. And I have that to remind me to take a deep breath. And another important advice I have, put time limits on your social media apps. I usually specify like an hour or, what else? Hour to an hour and a half at most for my timer. And it really helps with mental health. And make sure you don't doom scroll. Because that's what's been helping me fall asleep more, outside of ZQuil, is to not have screen time 1 hour before bed. Dedicate that time to listening to podcasts on Spotify. It's technology, I know, but it's a lot more productive with your time. or read a book, or journal. Those are all very healthy things you can do that aren't doom scrolling on Facebook. Here. Ooh, I think I got another star. Sweet. God, this reminds me of getting good noodle stars in elementary school growing up. Y'all remember those times? Getting good noodle stars, having pizza parties at the end of every semester. God, I miss those times. And I remember all the yearbook signings we did and all the grade schools I've been to. You know, speaking of grade schools, I should tell... Oh, you could hear the dwarf saying explosive... Like, how? Just like my mom's alarm clock. Oh god, I love the Deep Rock Galactic voice line. They are very meme-worthy. Like, we're rich and mushroom. That stuff. I always love that goofy stuff. Get the arch here. Get this. We're gonna need a higher pressure nozzle to get some of the dirt here. There we go. We're getting some progress done here. I think after we get this archway done, I'll probably go and find someone to raid. Okie dokie. Awesome possum. Okay, I'm gonna need the ladder here for this one. So we're gonna need to get that. Because if I'm gonna do the skate park floor here, I'm gonna be stuck here all day. Here we are. Oh yeah, at the Game On Expo again, they had Jason Griffith, who was the 4Kids era voice of Sonic. I didn't get to see him because his lines were always packed, but I do remember meeting his current voice actor, Roger Craig Smith, a few years ago. He's super nice, very chill, and I remember asking him, what was the funniest line that you did as Sonic? And it was the fourth wall joke where he was like, where Knuckles was like, Roger, and Sonic or Tails or Amy was like, what's he talking about? And Sonic, in his Roger Craig Smith himself, he's like, he's talking to me. That was... I did love the Sonic Boom cartoon. It had the most unhinged, best fourth wall humor that I've seen, along with Chowder on Cartoon Network. Yeah, Sonic Boom was hilarious. I'm glad you agree. Like, they weren't afraid to cut deep into the fandom. Like, they had what was basically an XP of Christian Weston Chandler, or Chris Chan. I'll fight it in court, but I don't think they'll accept Gotta Go Fast as a medical condition. Like, the writing in that show was way ahead of its time. And the memes are still being used to this day. Like, where Knuckles was the mayor for a day, and he was like, approved. Approved. I don't know about when the memes where he's judging waifus or whatever. What am I supposed to do? Cover with what? Are you making fun of me? Oh god. I'm trying to remember what else. And I remember seeing Eggman seeing Sonic, like, he's so cool and edgy. Like, I can't believe they made Dr. Eggman say edgy like that. Hang on. I'm gonna need my long extension here. So what are your guys' favorite moments from the Sonic Boom cartoon? Do let me know. Because I want to hear all the wacky humor that show has, once again. Just gotta do this here. Get this. We're almost done with this here arch here. You know, I always wonder how skateboarders get through with their lives after surviving these, like, crazy half-pipes, loop-de-loops, and not get concussions. Because I remember the whole skateboarding boom in the 90s, and that was something. Like, my old neighbors, my best friends, were like that during the heyday, and they got into a lot of accidents, I tell you. How many fingers am I holding up? Oh, Sonic. You know I can't count past 3! Alright. I think we just finished up on the archway, so with that, we're gonna be done here, and we're gonna go and find someone to raid. Alright, Stream Deck, show me who is live. Myra's on. Ivory, Amblush, Plague Baby. Ooh, Nixima is streaming right now. We're gonna go and give her a raid. She's a VTubing friend of mine. She's a VTubing friend of mine I've made on Twitter lately. And let me just copy. Here we are. And I'm going to be posting our raid message in just a little bit. So this is going to be our raid message. Don't forget to copy paste it. And thank you all for coming to my stream, everyone. I might be streaming either tomorrow or Thursday with Marvel Rivals. But thank you everyone who all came to my stream, to all of you who followed and for the lurk. Thank you all. Have a good rest of your day. And keep posted on the Discord server. And y'all stay safe. Until then, Jane!